Well, the AC's going, and if there's ever a video where the AC isn't going, something might be wrong. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna be talking about the Harley Quinn show, episode 6. Kind of didn't really want to do it, but I did want to do it, and kind of didn't want to do it. I just did a video already, got that edited. Gonna be posting that soon. Probably. Why am I talking about it like it probably isn't already uploaded? It's probably already uploaded by the time this comes out. I might upload it at the same fucking time. Both of them at the same time. I don't know. Whatever. But anyway. Episode 6. Again, before I go into episode 6, I wanted to say something. If you've seen the first one where I basically reviewed it, episodes 1 through 5, it's basically me talking about my pros and cons about each particular episode. I don't want to go through the entirety of the episode, because if you do that, it's like, what is the point of watching the show yourself? Because I actually like this show, so I actually would like people to go watch it. But me here, I'm just literally just nitpicking shit that annoys me about the show, or things that I actually like about it. So, if you want to watch it, just go ahead and watch it. I actually recommend you go watch it. The Harley Quinn show. But anyway, episode 6. Let me first start off by saying, I would say this had an overarching theme to the episode, but which it kind of does. And I guess the story is just about Harley. I guess I could say that. The theme is her selfishness, I'm guessing. I don't know, because it's all over the fucking place. The story for this episode is she's still trying to get in the Legion of Doom. Still. And they go to steal something. Harley fucks up the plan. And then someone gets captured by the police. Somehow another person gets captured by the police. And there's another side story where apparently someone is lying on 2 members of Harley's crew, and those 2 members are going off to deal with that fake story that had been run on them. Basically, it's like it turns into a job where you're stealing shit to a let's go rescue someone. Oops, we accidentally got someone caught. Well, fuck them. Let's go and continue capturing this guy. While also there's a side mission where someone's running a fake story. Let's go get that fucking asshole. And then, oh shit, let's break this guy out of prison at the last fucking minute. So it's like, what is the point of all this shit? Well, it's slightly, the slight point is fucking, Harley's fucking selfish as shit. But anyway, let's start with the pros. First pro. Ivy throwing the obvious in Harley's face. Which is something Ivy tends to do, because Ivy is like the voice of reason. However, she's not the voice of reason when it comes to Psycho, because for some odd reason, she unnaturally hates Psycho. But whatever, I'll get into that shit later. But there was a scene towards the beginning where Ivy was basically throwing the obvious in Harley's face about the fact that she's not over the Joker in any shape or form. Even though, if I'm wrong, wasn't episode 5 supposed to help her get over Joker? Because they try to make it seem like Harley was always Harley and Joker had nothing to do with that, but I mean, like, so wouldn't that mean that she somehow would finally be over the Joker? Joker is this selfish piece of shit asshole and everything, but Harley is clearly a selfish asshole. But yeah, whatever. They're basically perfect for each other until, the abuse happens, and then it's like, This is not good. This is really, really not good. They have the most toxic relationship in fucking history. It should never fucking happen. But anyway, Ivy throws that shit in her face, and Harley basically accepts that that's basically what's going on. She's not over her ex. She's trying to throw this shit in his face, which is basically what the Legion of Doom shit is. She wants to be in the Legion of Doom, but it turned from her genuinely wanting to be in the Legion of Doom for her own purposes to be a partner to Joker. And then when they broke up, it was more... Was that even a breakup? That was just like a fucking abandonment. But anyway... But after that, it was more like, I just want to be in the Legion of Doom just to get back at you, or some shit like that, because she's not over him. And it's just like, what the fuck ever is going on here? But anyway, moving on. Point number 2 is the jokes. Damn near every episode, the jokes are on fucking point. However, there's a lot of jokes that aren't on point. Starting with the ones that are. The rage moment at the beginning of the fucking episode. Harley has clearly stolen King Tut's body and brought him back to their little hideaway, and she wants to know if people are talking about her heist on villainy.evil, whatever. Apparently, another villain is being nominated to be in the Legion of Doom, which of course pisses Harley off. In this scene, she gets increasingly more pissed off, by the way, where it turns out that no one gave a shit about Harley and her crew until it was like that one random fucking guy who literally said he nominates Harley Quinn to sit on his face. And then it had a classic Harley rage moment. She just fucking flies off the goddamn handle and starts smashing shit, including King Tut's body and King Shark's laptop. Why this shit was funny to me, I don't fucking know. Maybe it's because of all the goddamn comics where Harley just constantly flies into a rage, and to see that in the show just made me feel happy. But side note, yeah, I agree with the guy. Yeah, sit on my face, do that. Anyway, the most hilarious thing I ever saw in this entire fucking episode was the scene where it is Harley, Clayface, and King Shark. Clayface currently doesn't have an arm, so be prepared for that. He only has one arm. But apparently he disguises himself as a cop. I'm pretty sure the officers would recognize if one of their own has, like, no arm. I would think these cops would realize that we don't have a one-armed officer in our department. But apparently they just didn't give a fuck, or just didn't notice that the guy was missing a fucking arm. Damn, that should have been con. Added right now. Anyway, but the moment they go into the police station, the plan was for King Shark to be the distraction. They was going to bring him in, be like, okay, he's going to be arrested. He gets in there, he creates a scene after they bring him in. That plan failed miserably because the moment the officers saw King Shark, one pops out, one of them screams shark, another one pops out with a fucking tranquilizer dart. He is tranked. He is down. These officers didn't give a fuck. They rolled up on his ass and beat the shit out of him. And it was hilarious. Because it happened so fucking fast. One said shark, the other one darted him. 3 officers came out of nowhere, beat the shit out of him. One had a knife stick. Not a knife stick. What the fuck is a knife stick? One had a fucking... one had a fucking club. The female officer was stomping his ass. And the other guy, I think he was just straight up punching him. And then they just threw his ass in the back of a fucking vehicle and just sent him to a maximum security lockup. Just like that. Just like that. in the span of 2 seconds. That ass whooping was fast and efficient. And it was hilarious. And at that moment, the plan was just fucked. It was hilarious. I don't know why, but it was fucking hilarious. The Brad thing. The Brad jokes leading in to Brad, the joke was dry as fuck. Why was it dry? Because the joke was not even needed. It really wasn't. Giganta was literally talking about how she was getting cunnilingus from her boyfriend, and I was like, why did you offer up this information? Like, no one gives a shit if you're getting your pussy ate. No one gives a fuck, Giganta. No one gives a fuck. But yeah, the joke just had to lead into that. Psycho was a part of that, and I guess Psycho got jealous or some shit like that. But Brad it was some impressive fucking shit though, because when she said that, Psycho was just like, only weak men eat pussy. You know what I'm saying? He's laughing like, bro, you done lost your goddamn mind. People eat pussy, bro. The thing I'm worried about is the fact that you got motherfuckers out here running around saying they don't eat pussy, but they will eat some ass. Like, you a nasty motherfucker. How the hell can you not eat pussy, but you'll eat ass? What the fuck is going on here? What is wrong with you? That don't make no goddamn sense. But anyway, Brad fucking goes ahead and using his tongue, he's eating a fucking, matter of fact, he's eating a double, I think triple scoop fucking ice cream cone. Where the fuck did he get that from? Maybe he just made it himself. If he did, that was like a perfect fucking cone or whatever. But this motherfucker's tongue is long as shit, and he makes a whole fucking sculpture with his fucking tongue with the ice cream. The part that was funny about that is Ivy's reaction. She immediately goes, call me. When he does that, she's like, call me. That shit was fucking hilarious. And not only that, but there was a moment, which is another fucking pro, is that ties in with the Brad jokes and shit, because Psycho has a moment with his son where his son hates him for making his life miserable and also naming him Herman, which that part there made me laugh too. He's like, fuck, you named me Herman. That part just made me laugh. It's like, I feel for you. Fucking Herman. But anyway, Psycho's like, I did all that to make you evil, and it turns out his son just wanted to make his dad proud because he wanted to be evil to make his dad proud, and his dad did all this shit to make him evil, because apparently villains don't come from happy homes, which is understandable. They clearly got some issues if they do what they do. But anyway, so that was like a fucked up but beautiful moment, which Ivy also mentions. But after this moment, she's like, I'm gonna leave you guys alone, which is weird because you wasn't involved in that conversation in the first place. I don't even know why Ivy was there in the doorway. But after she says she's gonna leave them alone, she's like, I'm gonna go find Brad, which Psycho noticed because his eyes just pops open. He's like, what the fuck? And right now, I'm just like, right now in my head, I'm just imagining a fucking threesome action between Giganta, Ivy, and Brad, where Brad is just sitting there eating both of their pussies, and it's just, that's all that's happening. He's just sitting there eating both their pussies. Like, don't ask me why I just started imagining that shit. I got an overactive imagination, and I can't control that, okay? I can't. I was playing Overwatch with a friend of mine on Xbox, and I fucked up. Like, it was just a weird moment where we was playing, I think we was playing Mystery Heroes, and I had Ash, and on our team there was a bunch of Doomfists for some reason. I think we had 2, maybe 3 Doomfists, and then at random I was just like, I would actually pay to see Ash get fucked by a bunch of black guys that all Doomfist or some shit like that. And the dude who's like, I wish I never heard you said that. I was like, shit, I can't even help it. That shit just flew out my fucking mouth. It like, I thought it, so I fucking said it. I can't help that. My imagination is overactive as shit. So I thought it and I just fucking said it. It just flew out my damn mouth. My bad. You just heard that shit. My bad. But anyway, one of the last jokes I fucking love was, it's a reoccurring thing. Whenever Harley talks about Batman, for some reason, she believes he fucks bats. Which was in the first episode that fucking Batman be fucking bats and shit. Like, that shit is fucking funny to me. But, yeah, it slips in again. And I don't want, like, I'm gonna get into that at what moment it pops up. But I will mention that ass, because that scene had a lot of Harley booty in it, okay? Which is probably the reason why that guy wanted her to sit on his face, because of that ass. But anyway, another pro is that Harley realizes her selfishness. Even Harley, in this episode, while having a conversation with Batman, realizes how selfish she's being. Will that solve anything? Fuck no. It just won't solve a goddamn thing. Because, for some reason, Harley is just Harley, and Harley is just naturally selfish and chaotic. That's just Harley. That's what Harley has become. That is Harley. And unfortunately, that's all my fucking pros. Now let's just move on to the cons here. And this first con, the note here is it kind of sums up the episode. It kind of does. Because it has to do with Harley's selfishness. Which is weird, because she has these moments where she's supposed to realize that her selfishness is causing issues for the crew and her friends. And that's what she realizes, and she feels bad for it, but it doesn't stop her from doing it. It doesn't stop her from doing it. But whatever. Anyway, Harley's being selfish as usual, clearly. Has a plan to steal an invisible bike. Yes, that's right. Beginning of the episode, Harley has the idea to steal an invisible bike from Wayne. From Wayne Tech. Sorry, I had burp. Now it's Five Guys. Anyway. Yeah. Apparently Wayne Tech is making an invisible bike. For what reason, I do not fucking know. I'm guessing he's jealous that Wonder Woman has an invisible jet, which I believe she doesn't even have anymore. Because did it get destroyed? Or did they just reboot everything and now she never had an invisible jet or some shit like that? I think I missed the issues where the fucking invisible jet just stopped being mentioned. Like, it just disappeared. I'm pretty sure I missed those issues. Because I don't have a clue what the fuck happened to the invisible jet. I must have missed those issues. I must have. Or was it because of the reboot and they just never brought it up again? Like, it just phased out entirely. Just, fucking invisible jet. I clearly missed something at some point in time. And obviously, what was the fucking point of anyway. But anyway, while she's stealing the invisible bike, she sees a sign that says even more restricted. And literally is like, ooh, I'm gonna go and steal that instead. So we're not gonna steal the very thing that you randomly had the thought to go steal. Yes, it was a random thought. She literally had a random thought. This is after her rage moment about a guy talking about her wanting her to sit on his face. After her rage moment, she wanted to do something to get more notice. So she had the random ass idea to steal something from Wayne Tech. Why? Because there was a Wayne Tech symbol on King Shark's laptop that she just smashed with a fucking bat. Yeah. And apparently, that thing was the invisible bike. But the the thing when she called that odd fucking audible, where she just went and just decided to go steal something else entirely, she didn't know what the fuck it was. She had no idea what it was that she stole. She stopped the plan to steal something and then selfishly just decided to go steal something else entirely. Didn't know what the fuck it was or what it did at all. They escape, and which causes an issue because when she left, she basically abandoned fucking Psycho. Literally abandoned him when she stole the other device. How do we know this? Because Psycho is still on the top floor while Harley is downstairs at the van. He is still upstairs. There's an explosion and he is riding on the invisible bike, which he crashes into the building next door. And it fucking blows up. And he falls. Ivy catches him, and no matter how many times I turn it up, I'm thinking she says, "Aw, poor baby," or some shit, but I can't make it out entirely. Or maybe it's because her lips are still moving when she says it, so it's fucking up my head. Like I'm trying to match her words up to her lips, was probably fucking me over. Maybe I just need to not look at the screen and just listen to it. But it sounds like she's saying, "Aw, poor baby," or some shit like that, or "You little bitch." No, I think she said, "Oh, you little bitch." But her mouth was still moving a little bit, so it probably fucked it up or something like that. And that caused a moment where a fake story was run on them where they have to be going out together, which is kind of ridiculous because doesn't everyone know that she's dating Kite Man yet? I don't think so. I don't know. Anyway, and then that's where they had to go and split up and do a little side trip to go and find the person who ran this little story talking about they're in a relationship and shit like that, blah blah blah. But anyway, that whole stealing another device caused a slew of problems because not only did she abandon Psycho up top for like just damn, but Clayface's hand gets cut off, and apparently that is a member of their crew because that piece that got sliced off became a sentient being that wants to be reunited with the main body and then ceases to be a sentient being, which is fucking weird. That is fucking weird. But anyway, I'm not gonna spoil the rest of the shit, but anyway. But yeah, that shit right there, yeah, that causes that whole selfish bullshit in abandoning team members and shit. Yeah, that causes so much fucking drama that is literally the whole episode. The whole episode is based off of all the selfish drama and bullshit that she's doing that is causing all these fucking problems. And the episode is them dealing with the problems she caused. So it's like, whatever. Another con. Ivy hates Psycho. Again, which is why I was talking about she's the voice of reason except when it comes to Psycho. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. She really doesn't like Psycho. And from what I'm seeing, it's only because he calls people cunts. Starting with Wonder Woman. She didn't really seem to give a shit at the moment that, he called Wonder Woman a cunt. She didn't really seem to give a shit. But yet, it was like, after that, it's just like, she gave a shit. And she just, for some reason, just hates him with a passion. Like the one episode when he was talking about going into her mind and fixing the problem, she made it seem like he was some kind of perverted creep who would, like, fucking molest her brain or some shit like that. And it was like, he's given no evidence of being that type of person, so what the fuck? Is it because he called someone a fucking cunt? That makes no sense. So, and she calls, like, there's a moment where she throws him through a window. Again, it's funny. She throws him through a window, it's funny. The thing that was kind of weird is the fact that she literally said the reason that she threw him through the window and set Harley down gently is because that she is a misogynistic troll. She said some more things, but eh, it the misogynistic troll thing. Is it because he's calling people cunts? Is that it? Is that what's doing it? This show, like, for some reason, makes it an emphasis that he's the most hated person. Like, even during this weird review thing, it literally says he's the most hated person ever. What? Because, and then they literally put the word cunt on there, but they censor it, like, as if cunt is such a bad fucking word. So it's like, it's fucking weird. They're putting so much emphasis trying to make it seem like cunt is such a fucking bad word, and it's fucking weird. Because it's not that bad of a word. It really isn't. It's just like when you call someone a bitch or an asshole or a piece of shit and all this other stuff like that. It's basically the same. Yes, it's a swear, but it's not that fucking bad. It's literally just describing something. And you're being a fucking cunt. Anyway. Oh, God. Why did I put this on here? Because I don't want to remember this shit. Gordon, Batman, and fucking Clayface's hand. Like, the whole Gordon and Clayface's hand thing is so fucking weird. Because Gordon is feeling all rejected and shit because Batman didn't want to talk about Gordon's relationship issues, because quite honestly, I don't want to talk about the fact I don't want to hear your depressing tale about the fact that your sex life is terrible with your wife. And the way he does it is so depressing. It's like, dude, you're bringing me down. And you're talking to Batman. This motherfucker's depressed as shit most of the goddamn time. His whole thing is depression. And you're talking to him about some seriously depressing shit right now. He don't want to hear that shit. So it's like, it was weird. So Batman didn't want to hear that shit. And so when Clayface's hand shows up and he's all intelligent and shit, and he's being all supportive of Gordon and actually want to talk to him and shit, the hand is literally in Gordon's custody. He is the prisoner, basically, in a way. He is being questioned by Gordon because he has a connection to Clayface, who helped Harley commit a crime. But he's taking the hand out to bars and shit. And I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? This is weird as shit. The whole thing was weird, and I wish it never happened. I wish it was never in this fucking this episode. I wish it never even fucking existed. But anyway, next con. Giganta sounds like a fucking dude. Sounds manly as fucking shit, and for the love of me, I cannot figure out why. Why did they do this? Why did you make Giganta sound so fucking manly? It's because she's so damn big. Is that it? Because she's so big, she must sound manly? No. She doesn't have to sound manly. In fact, all the iterations of fucking Giganta, she's technically never sounded manly. She sounded like a woman. A woman. Not a manly woman. Just a woman. Ooh, but whatever. It's not a major, severe issue of a con, but it is something that slightly irritated me. And every time I hear her voice, I just go, ugh. Okay? Nothing wrong with the voice. It's just, ugh. It doesn't fit her. The voice doesn't fit her. Okay? It doesn't. It's just, ugh. Anyway, next con. Harley threatens to press the button, and she even admits she doesn't even know what it is, even to Clayface, because Clayface does, like, do you even know what the fuck that is? Like, not really, but I'm gonna use it as a threat. The threat didn't work, by the way. The threat did not work, because Gordon, yeah, he pulled the trigger on her ass. He was like, you either drop it or I'm gonna pull the trigger, and he pulled the fucking trigger. Harley was extremely fucking lucky that button did something useful to stop her from catching a goddamn bullet. Because that device teleported her to Batman's cave. Let me say that again. The device that she stole and had no idea what the fuck it did, on a fucking whim, which caused all these fucking issues, teleported her to Batman's cave. which is where she cracked that joke about where he fucks the bats, which again is still fucking hilarious. Harley is smart. Even though she's fucking psychotic, she is smart. Now, with that being said, how come this show did not even attempt to touch on the fact that Harley just stole a mysterious device from Wayne Tech? And when she presses the button, it teleports her to the fucking Batcave. And she doesn't even attempt to make the connection. It's like it doesn't even register in her brain. Instead, she just has a casual conversation with Batman. Really? Really? She's not even gonna somehow, in any shape or form, in her brain, it doesn't even click. Hold up. Wait a minute. Why would there be a device at Wayne Tech that allows you to teleport into Batman's cave? Is there not a connection? I mean, like, that would literally lead you to believe that Wayne Tech is making devices for fucking Batman. Seriously, come on now. Harley is smart. She can make these connections. But they didn't even attempt to do that. Which kind of annoyed me. Well, not kind of really annoyed me. Because Harley is actually fucking smart. She can figure that shit out. But in this, it's like she didn't even fucking acknowledge it. It's like it didn't even come to her fucking mind. Which is fucking weird. Okay. The last con, which is something very small, because again, some of the jokes did not land. Alright? Some of the jokes didn't land. And some of them was like, why even make the attempt? The introduction to Brad, when I said he was, when I said that Gigantus said that she was getting her pussy ate by her new boyfriend. Yeah, the transition for that joke, for the actual good joke, was the fact that they, Ivy and Psycho pop up at the guy's house who wrote the review, basically saying that Ivy and Psycho were in a relationship. And Psycho believed that it was his ex-wife, Giganta. Turns out, it was actually his son, but whatever. The first joke that goes into this is Ivy was like, how did this work? And Psycho's like, I think he said terribly or some shit like that. I would find it kind of awkward too. I ain't gonna lie to. That was actually a good question there. But he thought it was her that did the review, and she was like, I have no time to be doing a crummy review because I'm too busy getting my pussy ate by my new boyfriend Brad. And it's like, was that supposed to be a joke? Like, I felt like it was supposed to be a joke. It might not have been a joke, but that transition into the actual joke, which was Brad himself, and the pussy and the Ivy thing, is like, that before is like, what is that transition? Like, what was that supposed to be? Like, that information was not even necessary. It really wasn't. Like, because no one fucking cares. And then there was I don't know, like, I feel like they're supposed to be jokes, because I don't know why else they would be in here. But there's another one in the police station after they managed to get all the cops to leave. There's a part where there's a woman on the phone and she's scared because if I remember correctly, there's a murder in the house and her husband's dead and she's scared. Harley just hangs up the fucking phone and then continues off doing what the fuck she's doing. I don't know what the fuck that was. Was that supposed to be a joke? Like, or what? What the fuck was that? What was that? Why did that even need to be there? That was unnecessary as hell. Why was that needed? And then there was a part where Batman was like, I'm not good at emotion. He's not good at emotion. Well, it's supposed to be emotions, but literally, that's all he said. I'm not good at emotions, he says, or vocabulary. And it's like, just because he didn't put an S there, he's not good at vocabulary. Like, are you serious right now? Really? Like, was that supposed to be like a serious jab or joke at him right now? Like, I'm not understanding. You're the fucking dum dum who didn't realize that Batman has something to do with Wayne Tech when you press the button. How are you gonna act like a smartass while being a dumbass at the same time, not realizing when there's a huge revelation right there in your fucking face? Just saying. Anyway, those are my pros and cons for the episodes. I actually really like this episode, even though I have some cons to this shit. Technically, by the bullet points I have here on my pros and cons, I technically got more cons than I got pros, but I still enjoyed the episode. And I'm hoping I didn't entirely spoil the episode for you. And hopefully you all just, if you have an interest in this show, please go and watch it. It's really fucking good. However, episode 5 will still be the worst episode I've watched so far. It really is to me. I don't like it. I hate it. I wish it never existed. I really do. But anyway, I'm done.